Hello and welcome to See If It Sticks, the podcast where we take your first world problems in one hand, we smush it about, we put it in the other hand, and then we throw it at Dom. I'm Ross.
I'm Dan.
And I'm non-amused. I'm Dom.
Oh, hello.
Why do we throw it at me?
You were the first person, as I looked towards the left, that I gazed eyes upon. It's nothing against your person. Nothing
I quit,
against
boys.
your personality.
This is enough. This is the final straw.
Was there other straws?
I've been your punching bag for too long.
Fair enough.
We love you.
It's okay. Don't go. Don't leave.
I'm joking.
You bring the most volume.
It's true.
Yeah, without you, the volume of this podcast would have reduced by 60%.
And as we all know, people enjoy loud voices in their ears, especially when they have headphones on.
You know what?
Don't you?
You know what I haven't checked this week is to make sure that we've got sound. I should be checking that.
Good shout.
It's good. It's fine. We've got sound.
Sound on the live stream.
Yeah, because I bought some really cheap eBay cable, and then I cut the end off the eBay cable, and then made it even worse.
So now it was actually a piece of string.
Yeah,
we're coming to you through through two tin cans and a piece of string.
If only you could see what was that side of the camera. It's just a load of like dangling cables from like some real
We've
bad.
We've had to hire a guy to hold
and
it
a little
together.
sign with backwards letters saying "No girls allowed."
With the Z's.
Yes.
I put a sock on the door of the office every time we do this.
Oh,
You left the door open this week.
I know.
Not that door.
Oh,
People can come in to watch. Just
are we expecting a puppy visit today?
I don't
Is
know.
that going to happen?
I don't know. She
said
did
last
say
week-
she'd bring it every for the next 3 weeks.
Just getting your hopes up, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want puppy.
Podcasts are just better with puppies on them.
I know.
agree.
For,
Can we just put it on the table and
just
have
for
a little
your
wander around?
information, last week, Lauren, long-time friend and occasional guest presenter of the show, has a new puppy.
In fact,
It's adorable.
guest presenter of our most popular show ever.
Yes.
Yes.
Bram's Grand Slam.
Bram's Grand Slam, and I think we figured out it was me.
No, it was me that was missing.
You were that was missing.
I had listened to it to make sure that it wasn't me. It was me.
Oh,
It's okay.
That's
times.
sad.
Yeah. We have correspondence for this week, boys. Who do you want to go first?
we do. Shall I go first?
No, because you've got the fun bit. I've got the window into the soul.
Oh, okay, we've got window to the soul.
Window to the soul. Because mine's very brief. You've got more than me. The soul.
We should get these made professionally at some point.
We should do.
So we can fire them off.
I got a solution for a problem I think Dom may want, and you guys could patent. Lol. You know those.
Well read.
You know those spit guards for frying pans, spit guards for e-cigs. Sick of shit spitting out the drip tip and burning my lip. Awesome idea.
You sound like you're going into a rap then.
It is Dom that vapes.
Spitting some shit and e-cigs and...
And then he goes on to say, it is Dom that vapes, isn't it? Haha, gonna need to watch live every now and then. Yes, you do. And remember, everybody, we do live stream this on
You
Monday.
did vape for a while, didn't you?
I do still vape. It's just I sort of fell off the wagon a bit.
So I just decided to vape while you guys were talking.
Dan
so
is
that
the
it would be
serial
apparent.
vapist.
The Master Vapor.
In the
That's
building.
his rap name, Master Vapor.
Master Vapor.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's a play on words.
I think...
Wasn't it always GJ Jabba the Hat?
No, it was Cap Dan.
Cap Dan.
Yeah.
I prefer Jabba the Hat, but...
I think someone's already got that. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe. But yes, so it isn't me that vapes too often anymore, but I'm starting to vape a little bit more. It's normally Dan. What do you think of that, Spit Guard?
Yes, I like it. Though saying that, I don't get anything spit out the top of mine anymore because
You're professional.
I rep a UL Crown tank.
Yes,
Times 2.
See, since I got my Ewell Crown, I've found I don't get spit a lot, but let's not go into
Which bit's the Ural Crown? This bit? With the glass?
This the top, yeah. This
and you don't,
bit.
it doesn't
tank.
spit at you?
No.
It doesn't spit at me at all.
They're very good.
Oh, because the coil's hidden away?
No, they're all sort of hidden away. It's just quite a good tank. It's quite a good coil.
Yeah.
Just well designed. But
Yeah.
anyway.
I swear by it.
Yeah.
Yes, I bought one and I'm very happy with it.
Please feel free to endorse the show.
Yeah. Just send me free shit.
And maybe I'll start vaping again if you
these
do.
These aren't vape reviews, so let's
continue.
move on from there. And also on another note, those frying pan spit guard things. I used one the other day while I was frying a little bit of steak. Well, obviously, as you fry steak, high heat.
Yes.
Yes.
And it didn't stop anything, if I'm honest. I was stood there and I got closer than I normally would because I thought, well, I've got this spit guard on, and I still got showered in a spew of hot oil.
There's nothing worse than being shirtless and cooking sausages there.
Or pantsless and cooking bacon.
All I have to say to you is you should do what I've done and condition your arms under hot lava, and now they call me asbestos arms.
Oh, so they're toxic.
Yes. They will cause cancer. If you lick them, they will cause cancer. So never lick my arms.
I don't intend to, or have ever done.
Thank God for
In
that.
my house, because my girlfriend and also her mum and her dad and basically anyone in the house are all a bit sensitive to heat. So they have like relatively lukewarm showers and stuff where I sort of boil myself like a lobster. Because I like to feel pure.
Bitchy.
I like to be cleansed in the bowels of hell.
Yeah, I know. I like to feel fully cleansed, body and soul.
This is like a remnant from your childhood when the priest plunged you into boiling water.
Oh my God! I know I went to Catholic school, but please.
Was it boiling before he put you in it?
Well, but yeah. So I'm the one that takes everything out of the oven because I'm generally not that bothered about all that.
With your bare hands.
Not with my bare hands. I'm not a fool. But yes, hot lava on your arms.
I'm generally sort of quite accustomed to heat, having worked as a baker.
Well, this is the thing where I worked
for quite some time.
A few different catering roles. You do get used to it.
I've still got, because when you get bread off of a rack, it all goes in tins, and like they're probably, I would say, maybe each sort of like step on the rack shelf, that's the word I was looking for, is maybe sort of like 2/3 of a foot, maybe just slightly less than 2/3 of a foot sort of wide, and you've got 3 tins on each one. So when you do the bread in the morning, you have to you sort of shake the bread out and then tip it onto a thing. So I've just got this succession of whether you get the gloves, which go down to your elbow area, but you used to have to get to the back of the rack, put your hands in, and then if one of the tins got caught, you would accidentally twist, and obviously you touch the rack. So I've just got this succession of scarred lines on each like diagonal of my elbows, where I've just had a burn upon burn upon burn.
It wasn't from wax play.
I remember on one particular holiday, I went on a holiday with my parents when I first started working in a bakery, and I had this huge, it was probably the worst one I ever had on my right arm, and it was about 3 days before we went on holiday, so like, every time I got into the pool, the scab came off.
Floating in the water.
Like we went to the water park one day, like, and in all the initial photos when we're getting on the plane, I've got this horrific like burn scar on my arm. And then like we're in the water park, and I'm standing there with my brother, and like you could just see this half peeled scab, and you kind of see it, and because if you don't realise at the time, do you?
No.
You don't realise when you lose a scab.
What's the film where the poo's in the water and it goes?
That's Kevin Perry.
Is that?
It's a flora!
I knew I could vision it, but I couldn't work out who it was.
A classic of British cinema.
Oh. A classic of British cinema.
That was something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Speaking
of poo,
transition.
Segue and a half.
I'm all about them. Smooth criminal. My lovely, delicious girlfriend, Madeline, sent me...
Speaking of poo.
My lovely, delicious girlfriend.
This transition isn't going well, Dan.
Sent us a little thingy this week.
Not often that people use delicious as a compliment.
She is delicious.
Well, no, I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying it was pleasantly surprising.
She's tasty looking. She smells great.
She doesn't have arms that taste like asbestos.
She has all the qualities which would qualify for being delicious.
I wasn't saying she wasn't. You were acting very defensive. I was just
saying.
I was just pleasantly surprised and amused that you used the word delicious.
Well, I describe my girlfriend as delicious. You describe yours as smelly old gem. Do you know what, Dom? Some of us just have different ways to describe our significant others. Ross doesn't even acknowledge his.
Who? We're in so much trouble.
I'm not.
No, I'm not either. Jem doesn't listen or watch.
Well, my girlfriend sent us this.
When you say sent us, did she actually email you or did she hand you something?
No, she wrote it. She put it on the See If It Sticks page.
Wow.
That's a decent effort.
Whilst sitting next to you.
No,
Probably.
We should spend all of our time together.
Okay.
The daddy occasionally separates and we have to get separate jobs.
A manual.
So she, this is something that we've discussed at great length several times. It's the stench of poop.
Yes.
Our solution to it.
You say you've talked about it or we've talked about it?
We
have many
as
times.
a podcast, and also many times Maddie and I as a couple.
Yes.
Mainly because of her stinky poos.
A delicious stinky poos.
She's delicious, the poops are not. Every criteria she has for being, she fulfills for being delicious, her poops fail to fulfill.
Like the yin and the yang.
Yes, exactly. She says, I thought this may be of interest to you. I couldn't believe this when it came on during my morning viewing of Everybody Loves Raymond and Frasier.
This was a TV spot.
It was a TV spot. It was on in the morning. Now, our solution to poop smell was obviously the black hole hand grenade, which you could release.
I still think it is the best solution.
I completely agree because it just has so many possibilities.
Yep.
But so we would rip one of those in the toilet, and it would essentially remove all air and smells and particles from
and any loose furnishings,
from toothbrushes, towels,
taps.
Yeah, so it would get sucked in and be taken to another universe. Maddie has, and evidently they're punting out at the moment, VI poo, and I believe you've got the video.
Do you want me to roll that now?
You will just be able to hear it if you are listening to the live stream, but I encourage you to go and check it out on YouTube because it is fucking hilarious.
But you'll be able to see it if you're on the live stream fully. You'll only be able to hear it if you're listening to the podcast.
Yes, this is what this is what
Let's
I meant.
watch.
Sorry.
Even Hollywood's latest sweetheart needs to punish the porcelain occasionally. But to stink the house out when you're with your Beverly Hills besties, how embarrassing. So I give every bathroom the VI Poo treatment. Spray generously before taking your seat, and VI Poo forms a protective layer, trapping the icky smell of your devil's donuts. Well, why let Tinseltown know you just bombed? So, no red faces in front of your boss, Hollywood's hottest director. Or for your coworkers will catch a whiff from this morning's breakfast burrito. And VI Poo is guaranteed odor-free, so I can poopulate anywhere with complete confidence. In you go, honey pie, all hunky-dory. Now, I wouldn't dream of doing an encore in a bathroom that didn't have VI Poo. Even a VIP needs to VI Poo.
What I loved was every single person that walks into the toilet afterwards didn't just walk in and act like nothing had happened. They walked in and tried to waft something up their nose.
It sort of suggests that in that universe, that's what people do when they walk in. They waft.
They smell to see if there's anything going on.
Yeah,
pleasant
because you would be able to
pungent.
see if something was going on already. It was obviously the director's or some sort of ad exec was like, how do we know these people are smelling?
That's
like
it.
it's not a natural...
It's a smellless medium.
It's not like it's a natural thing that people do every second of every day. You have to have someone going, I'm smelling!
It's a smellless medium, isn't it? TV, so you have to kind of give the emphasis visually of smell.
Surely,
even just a flare of the nostrils, though.
One of those little pie things, the little pie scents when you're like a cartoon, it goes...
Yeah.
But surely if let's say for example here, Ross, that you are you are acting in my commercial, my advert for TV, right?
Method.
Now let's go here.
Okay.
You've walked into a toilet and you've just smelled something disgusting. Right? I've immediately know that a wall of poop smell has just hit Ross's face. Yeah. Now you've walked into a toilet and smelled something pleasant. No, I get it. No, you need to do the smell. You need to do the smell thing, mate.
Smell thing, okay.
Yeah, okay then. Do you know what? I can see. The thing is, because if you walk into if you've got someone walking into a room,
it's ridiculous.
You can see when they've smelled something bad, but you
can
can't.
see when they smell something good because they wouldn't have smelled. The whole point is that any intelligent person, knowing that they're not recoiling at the very scent of the sewer fucking shit that's just gone in there, means that everything's okay. They don't have to sit there and do something that no one has ever done in the history of humankind, which is they're like eyes like rolling into the back of their heads with the ecstasy of the smell of this VI poo. Also, she poops donuts.
Well, that is what I want to know. That is the secret that I want. If I use VI poo, will I poop donuts?
Well, Francis Peterson on the comments says, because girls poo donuts. And Sam Wise says, what's the filling? I always imagined girls to poo these little parcels that are nicely wrapped up in a little bow. You know, like a little leaf parcel
girls
of some kind.
Kittens.
Well, they drown kittens.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, it is dark. Little kittens come out. They're alive for a matter of seconds as they fall through the air, and then they're dead.
Mate, the way I shit, they're probably dead as soon as they smell it. They pop out. The kittens pop out and go. Waft their hand, their poor little paw towards their face, and then die.
It's such an unnatural thing to do. It's really got me.
What they should have done is they should have done a little split screen of her pooping without VI poop, and then someone going in and going oh and looking disgusted, and then someone with her pooping with VI poop, and then walking in and then sitting down and going.
They do it in the Febreze adverts fine without someone going flipping their hand towards their nose.
Took his hat off and like wafted it in his face. He got a whole hat.
He was get a whole hat of air.
He didn't know that it was going to smell good, so he's taking his hat off.
He's taking a chance.
He either wants it to smell really vile or really pleasant.
Yeah,
because he's got in there to smell the pretty lady's shit.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
He's on the rim like this.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. He's got in there to smell that blonde actress's shit. A weird train conducting extra has gone in there to get a bigger whiff of her donuts.
He's gone in to smell poo and remove the camera.
Yeah,
I can imagine he's just sitting around with all of his extra mates. Like, is that Julie that's just got into the toilet? Yeah, okay, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna go in there and sniff up shit donuts.
You know, and if the seat's still warm, he's just going to run his nuts across it or something like that.
Because that's the other thing as well, isn't it? Because like when you go for a shit after someone, not like I think that it's a double thing. The most disturbing thing about it for me is not actually sitting in the smell; it's sitting on the warm seat.
Have you ever seen that meme? It's like what it is and what it feels like, and it's like two people's butts together.
Yeah,
touching butts.
It's disgusting.
That is quite gross. When
weird.
you look into the eye of the guy that comes out the cubicle before, you're like, oh mate, and you go and you sit down, you're like, oh that guy's giving me.
I stare at them and walk around and watch them.
I keep the door open and stand
at
straight
all
in the
times.
Some people have heated toilet seats, and I feel like that would give a similar sensation.
But I think there's a difference, isn't there? Like if you sit in an office chair which is warm, it feels a bit weird. If you sit in a car seat which is warmed, it feels quite pleasant.
Yeah.
It's all about a matter of
context.
Like it's your brain like filling in those blanks, isn't it? It's like I always say about Guinness. Like if you drink things like like stout and things like that, and you imagine yourself drinking coffee. If you think to yourself, "This is a coffee," it tastes better than if you put it in your hand and think, "I'm drinking a lager." If you're used to drinking beer, lager, and things like that, there's a certain taste that you get when you put a pint of it to your lips. If you drink strong stuff like that, my brother told me this. You've just got to think that you're drinking coffee, and if you
so you're expecting this like almost sourness of coffee.
Yeah, like that sort of bitter kind of taste. Yeah. And we discovered we tried that out at the beer festival last year, and I've never been able to drink that stuff before. And I think you had a pint of it.
Yeah, it was quite pleasant.
And I tasted it thinking it was coffee, and it was bloody delicious. I think I might have even got a half pint of it.
It's the true meaning of acquired taste.
Yeah,
it's something you have to do a bit of a mental leap for to enjoy.
Are you talking about the warm seat?
No, the stout.
The stout.
I'm going to Dublin on Thursday, so I'm gonna do a Guinness this time.
Yeah,
I've never done it. And
when is St. Patrick's Day?
I think it's I know it's while I'm out there.
March.
17th of March.
Yeah. So it's when I'm out there next time, I think.
Really? Oh fucking hell! You're gonna die.
I was there last time for St. Paddy's Day. It was good fun. I enjoyed that.
You're gonna die. What day is it on this week? Yeah, week.
It's on a Friday.
Oh, well, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember one night. Going back quite a few years now, before I worked at the company that I work for, Ross and I had a show in the band that we were in together over about half an hour away from Canterbury, where we lived at the time. And Ross at the time worked for the company that I now work for, which is a club night promoter, and they had a night on at a venue that we actually still have a session at. And it was St. Patrick's Day. It was a Saturday night. We played this show, and we organised with the guys that I ended up working with that we could kind of turn up and get walked in. And it was one of the most hilarious nights that I've been out in my life, because Ross, as you, Dom, I'm sure know. I'm not sure Ross is aware. I think he is. But listeners may not be aware is that Ross isn't a big drinker, are you?
No.
You don't.
No.
When we go out, you have a few pints, and that sort of does you, really, doesn't
You're
it?
a two-sider man.
And I think even now
They call me 2 pints Trev at work.
really.
Yeah.
I think even now when we went out over Christmas, didn't we? I think you had a couple of pints, and then you were quite happy.
I'm quite happy. Yeah, I'm in a nice state, and I leave it there.
Yeah. So Ross, that
Whereas I'm always a.
If I roll on to pint 3, I'm shirtless and on tables.
yeah, Ross.
I don't think I've ever
It's
seen
not that
you.
bad. That's an
I don't think
exaggeration.
I've ever seen you go past 3 pints.
I'm
sure I've never seen you get past 3 pints.
I'm gonna finish this story because it was absolutely hilarious. We turned up, right?
I don't remember this.
And it was me, our friend Stevie came with us, and Ross. Stevie was in our band as well, so he came down with us. And there was a guy that used to, basically I essentially do what he used to do now, called Johnny, who's a good friend of mine, good friend of Ross's. You know him as well, Dom. And so Johnny was there, and he was sort of like waiting for us to arrive. We ended up getting there late. He got us into this club and was like, look, I'm going to come over and have some drinks with you, but I just need to go and sort all the staff out and whatnot. So we went over, the three of us, to the least busy bar. This is St. Patrick's Day at a nightclub, a student nightclub. So it was absolutely fucking rammed. We figured out, though, that...
Which venue was this? Can you whisper it to me?
It was in Canterbury, up at the university.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And but they used to have and still have a bar there where you could get shots from, and certain bottled beers, and they had offers on them, and it was like a quick serve kind of bar. And so we figured out that, like you could queue up and, wait to get your premium drinks that I wanted to drink, like Jack Daniels or whatnot, or you could kind of just settle and, they had a 3 for 2 offer on bottles of Magners, I think it was.
And like a Magnus.
And shots. So we've sort of gone like bowling over there. This is like 11 o'clock, half past 11 by this point. So we were like, well, let's do a little bit of catch up. So we decided what we'd do is we'd buy a round each of... We'd go get the 3 for 2 ciders, and we'd all have a cider, and then we'd each buy a shot, which was at the time...
This is starting to come back to me.
Was a Jägermeister shot. So we bought these ciders and did a shot at the bar, went off, and as sort of sober people do at a club, we sort of stood awkwardly around for a little while. You couldn't actually take drinks outside to go, and at the time I still smoked, and Steve still smoked, so we couldn't go outside. So what we decided to do was sort of just finish the drinks relatively quickly, went over to the bar again, did the same thing. Next person got the round of 3 ciders, 3 shots, did that, and then walked around a little bit, saw Johnny, and we chatted to him for a while and some of the staff, and then we went over, having completed again in sort of half an hour, which is kind of like I can't even do anymore, like finish more than a drink in like half an hour. I finished these 2 drinks, went over and got another round. So we finished those, right? We're with company now. We finished these 3 drinks. So Stevie and I said, we're going to go outside for a cigarette. Are you staying here, or are you coming outside? Ross decided to stay inside because, he knew Johnny, he was going to stay inside. Stevie and I went out for a quick 5-minute cigarette. And by the time we came back inside, Ross was standing. There was like a circle around him. It was like a film. There was just this giant circle of people around Ross, who was doing the funkiest dance moves I have ever seen. I
do not remember
They were
that
flaying
at all.
all over the place. It was basically a 2-fist pump. Like this. It was the most hilarious thing. It was all downhill from there. The next thing I remember happening is I've still got the pictures on my phone of they were serving green candy floss as a St. Patrick's Day night.
Yes, I remember it. Yeah.
We
remember the dancing, but I remember the rest of it.
We got the candy floss from the candy floss machine, and we gave Ross a giant green beard and afro with this candy floss. It was ludicrous. He had candy floss all over his face and head. And then later on in the night, for some obscure reason,
He got attacked by bees. I know.
Ross decided to scale the PA system and was getting on top of the speakers in order to dance.
I remember the doorman like going like that. No, come on, down you get. And I was like, it's all right. I work here.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't give a fuck. Get
Oh
off.
my God. Because these speakers were on a stage and then were probably another 10, 15, 10 to
It's
12
a
feet off the
neck-breaking
ground.
fall. And
Yeah.
for someone as inebriated as I
And he
was
was scaling like because they've got this big structure to sort of like hold the speakers up in the air. He was like scaling this structure, trying to get on the PA speakers to do
It
a
must
little
have been
dance.
like 7 or 8 years ago.
Oh, it was quite a while back
Fucking
now.
long
yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, I remember some of that. I don't remember the circle of people around me dancing, but
It was hilarious. Trying to leave the club as well with you was just absolutely hilarious. Because the thing is, we knew the staff of that, so like all the staff are kind of leaving and coming back inside. You know, some of them are flying on the way out. Some of them are coming back in. Some of them are leaving to go home. So I think Ross was saying goodbye to the members of staff that worked at the club probably about 3 times each as they tried to fulfill their duties.
that night was one of the reasons that I don't really drink anymore, because I was that guy. You know, the guy that because I'm always the designated driver, I'm always the sober guy, and you're always like, come on, I want to fucking go. And they're going, I just say goodbye to these guys, and you're like, come on. You're like fucking 20 minutes later, you're like, fuck's sake, I want to fucking go home. I'm knackered. Like, I'm fucking sober, and I was that guy that night. And I remember waking up the next morning thinking, fuck that. I was the guy, everything I hate about the world. I was that guy that night. Telling the doorman how to do their fucking jobs, fucking dancing around, being a twat, making a fool of himself.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. And
I was going to say, I've never seen you pass 3 drinks, I don't think.
No, not
never
many,
seen
not
you
many
like that.
have.
I know you've definitely seen me a number of drinks past the
Yes, I have.
relatively safe limit
I remember you throwing a drink over a girl at Studio 41 once.
by
Were you-
accident.
Fuck knows, I can't remember. I think you might have accidentally spilt one, or was it you? Was it someone else?
Probably.
Oh,
Was
was
that
it when I poured the drink over the girl who? Yeah, that was me.
Oh, it was you. I thought it was Dom.
No, it wasn't me.
do you know,
You
I
might have
was-
been there though.
I was
I
telling.
was probably there somewhere.
I was telling this story the other day. It was because she. I was sitting on a. There were, by the DJ booth in that club in Canterbury, there was a sofa, and I was sitting on the sofa with a couple of my drinks on the sort of like on the side. There was like a little table thing.
It was right there, wasn't it, next to me?
Right there. And she was trying to like sidle past, and she spilled one of my drinks over, and then because she couldn't sit on the sofa, she kind of like tried to slump against the wall and sit down on the ground. And as she was doing it, she just had no sort of like realization that she was just, as she was slumping down, she was tipping the 2 drinks in her hand over onto me, and it was just spilling all over the sofa and all over my side. And I had like a little set of like drinks in front of me, and I was shouting at her and shouting at her, and the more I kind of like tried to alert her that she was throwing drink all over me, the less she seemed to care. So I just stood up and got my drinks and just tipped them head to toe all over her.
Full on drowned her.
Yeah,
Oh, I missed
I
that
did
place.
know her, by the way. I like
Oh, right.
she was just being a bit of a mong.
There's someone I would know.
No,
I don't remember who it was. I just remember there being a drink deliberately.
No,
poured
I've
on
done a
someone.
number of stupid things out of your DJ booth though in the past.
Most people have. Most of my
Yeah.
friends have done silly things at some point. It's all right. Do we have any other correspondence?
Falling in love with you was one of them. No, check it out.
we do have a little bit more correspondence. We've got Linny Watch.
Oh, literally, Linny Watch.
Linny,
Linny's watch.
obviously, Jamie Linny, Ball Marshal of the Mudvets, preparing for his feats of endurance, which
Yes.
are getting increasingly crazy.
Grom.
He says, quick update on my swimming training, boys. Now down to 38 minutes, 55 seconds for 1 mile in the pool.
That's a mile in a
which is
pool.
64,
Mile in a pool.
64 lengths, that is.
That's 1/20th of the channel.
Yeah, so that's nearly 2 lengths a minute.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
2 lengths a minute.
Yeah,
That's fast.
yeah. He's got 38 minutes, 55 seconds. Call that 39 minutes.
It's 'cause
for
of the
1
head
mile,
of his-
1 mile in the pool, which is 64 lengths.
Yeah.
If you half 64, that's 32. So
Yeah.
that's
Fucking hell.
that is
impressive.
That is
That's
almost
his
2 lengths a
streamlined
minute.
head of his.
It must
I
be
think.
the streamline.
Yeah.
He doesn't need one of those caps, does he? Being
No, he doesn't. No,
being
no.
a being
No.
a smooth man as he is.
No, but the question
A
is,
smooth, virile man.
the question is, like, does he shave the rest of his body?
I imagine he does.
Are
I'm
you
going
a
to
wa-
go ahead and just say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes.
Well, I think that's probably going to bring some problems on of its own, won't it, Ross? If he shaves his entire body.
Well, yeah, we haven't had the chafing issues.
The problem for the podcast.
Oh, we're doing another
I was
transition.
doing a transition, mate.
Oh, yes.
What do you think we're doing?
I don't take the subtle cues very well.
So accused of just kicking you under the desk.
We're both just staring at you.
He handed me a piece of paper that said transition on it. I was like, what the fuck? Transition to what?
I should have a little symbol for when you need to segue.
Well, like one of those like applause signs.
Like a hand signal.
Yeah, the problem this week is one of my own.
It is a
I
Ross
brought my
problem.
own to the table. I've pushed in the queue, and we're doing one of mine because
You're the
it's
worst
fresh.
kind of person.
I am.
Butting in
butting
a queue.
It's
We've
all
already.
right, I work here. Butting in.
Ross has had a few ciders.
I work here. Fuck off, everyone. Yeah, it's one of my own. I thought I'd do it because it's fresh. Because this isn't going to work in a couple of weeks' time. But I've had a haircut today.
Something I was going to say. Something else is looking pretty fresh, Ross. And that's
I have shaved my entire body.
That is,
I did the beard this morning, which
I
is
am
coming
now
back
at
already.
it is remarkable that grows back so
Yeah,
fast.
I don't shave down
That
to the
is
skin.
quite the 5 o'clock shadow.
I'd clipper it, so it's never quite all the way down. But
Yeah.
it's coming back with a vengeance already.
I ceased shaving 3 weeks ago, and I still have yet to have a hair pop out.
Is that 3 weeks?
No, it's a month.
That is as smooth as the palm of my hand. Yes, the problem I had a haircut as well. So I've been to the hygienist, so I've had my teeth drilled. I've
Ooh,
had
I'm
a
getting
shave.
mine done on Wednesday.
It was fucking painful.
Was
How
it?
often
Oh.
do you guys get that done?
Every 6
Hygienist?
months.
What, you
Really?
get a hygienist done every 6 months?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't particularly look after my teeth.
Once a year?
No, I had it done when just after I had my brace off when I was like 18, because obviously when you have your brace you have a lot of
Plaque.
no, it's just like you're
Gunk build-up.
You get all the shit,
a
the
shitload of build up.
cement
You
sticks
can't
to
you can't brush your teeth properly when you have a brace,
No.
especially particularly on the outside. So they did that for me right
Oh,
after.
just thinking of the drill right now is making me.
It's not a
squeal
drill,
inside.
it's like a sonic vibrating
Yeah, I
thing.
know. It just.
Fuck.
I hate it so
Does it
much.
hurt? I don't
Yeah.
remember it hurting.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh, it does hurt.
They go,
Oh, for
they go
fuck's sake.
under the tooth, like round under the tooth.
So
into
Oh,
the gum.
God
when
damn.
When you know when you can feel
Oh,
like
those goddamn sons of bitches.
You know when you get that little. It's like a spinning like Dremel thing.
No.
And it goes up and they like stick
go
it under your
up
gum
and they go
because there's a lot
around.
of plaque under your gums. And you just go, hey! And all you can hear in your head is,
And they're throwing water in your mouth. I don't know whether it's to just
and
keep
then
it cool.
There's a
it's sucking as
waterboard,
well.
you.
You know-
They're trying to get information out of you at the same
you
time.
know the dental assistant, she sits there and goes, with this fucking like jet thing. And then I'm just sitting there going,
Where do you guys go to get your teeth done? The pits of fucking hell.
It seems that way. And I walked out into the waiting room and there was this little kid
and
like this.
however clean your teeth are, there's always a vileness that comes out afterwards. Because they make you like swish afterwards and
Yeah.
it just looks like you've just
it's
spat
brown.
pure shit out
Yeah.
of your mouth.
Good lord. Okay,
But
well,
I'm
I look
feeling
forward
very
to
clean.
that.
I'm feeling very clean
You
today.
do after like a sort of 6 hours, you feel so like you can actually feel the wind going through your teeth. It's like,
Yeah, there's gaps there that weren't there before.
yeah.
I feel like, I remember that bit being the case. I feel like there's going to be like, residual things though for the rest of the day. Like, not only am I going to be having flashbacks, but I'm going to have to, like, I'm going to give up everything. Like, I'm going to tell them where my stash of money is in the house, like my PIN codes.
I'm so scared of them because
Tell them
normally
where
I'm
gold
so
is buried.
Yeah.
I'm so honest with the doctor and with the dentist when they ask me questions. I'm so honest, but the hygienist, I'm so scared of her that when she goes to me, so how often would you say you floss? And I was like, not as often as I probably should. She's like, well, you say once a week? I was like, yeah, maybe once a week, maybe a little less than once a week. What I'm trying to say is,
Never.
I haven't flossed since she told me to start flossing.
I floss.
And I'm scared
I'm
of
actually
her.
getting into doing a
I
bit
bought
of flossing.
some today, and that's 6 months after she told me I needed to start
I
flossing.
Too sore.
I floss every
But-
other day.
Do you?
Yes.
I've never flossed.
And you
I
don't,
only
you don't do this. You just you flick up. You go under the tooth and you flick
Right.
up.
Yeah.
I only floss if I've got something stuck in my teeth.
No, you should floss after
Bad,
every meal.
isn't it? That is bad.
Yeah. So I'm feeling very fresh.
If you
anyway,
want your
and I've
gnashers to stay good forever.
Yeah. Well, I went to the dentist like probably it was like a year and a half ago, and he said, "Oh yeah, you could probably do with now that considering your age and whatnot, go with seeing a hygienist once a year." And I didn't go because I didn't actually have the cash on me at the time. I didn't have my wallet on me because I'd already paid for the actual checkup that I had. So I was like, well, I'll book that in, and they said you have to pay at the time of booking, and we need you here in person. And my dentist is over in another town. So I just never went to do it. But my dentist is actually a really nice guy. He was like, I know you're not going to take any notice of me, but I think you should do it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll go and do it.
Pay me the money.
Yeah.
I actually know that I think the hygienist is actually a crucial.
It is, yeah.
I agree.
But it isn't fun. I mean, this time wasn't as bad as last time because I hadn't been to the dentist in about 6 years. I neglected everything, and then I finally decided that I should probably start going because I'm cracking on a bit. And now they make me go every 6 months, but this time wasn't as bad. She only did certain teeth. She didn't do all the teeth.
Yeah.
The last time she went right in there. She was right in the gums.
Just thinking about it's actually making me sweat a little bit.
Oh yeah, it is awful.
But then I'm not a big fan of people's hands near my orifices. So.
Any of your sphincter.
If you know what I mean. No, I don't like things near my eyes either. I've got a bit of a... You know how you are with your sternum? I'll break it off. I'll literally break it off.
I've been thinking recently about getting my eyes lasered because I've got shitty eyes.
Jim got her eyes lasered.
I watched a video.
I've got shitty eyes. I want rid of them. A high-powered laser directly to the ocular cavity.
Like a layer of your skin of your eye and flap it back.
Yes, they do.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So Jem had it done. Jem had it done, and.
I was doing a dentist drill impression.
Yeah, so Jem had it done, and I didn't realise all this was going to happen. And I had to work the day.
And it's got the clockwork orange metal hooks as well to hold your
like
eyeball
clockwork
open.
Orange, yeah.
Fuck off.
She was like, and she was completely cool about it. So she was like, oh yeah, so they got a scalpel and they cut off my cornea. They basically cut off your cornea.
Yeah, and they flip it back.
And they flip back your cornea.
Oh.
And I was like, you fucking what?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah. And then you just see this donk, donk, donk. Because obviously it's the laser.
Well, the laser thing I'm not worried about, but it's the cutting back of the
And she was
cornea.
like, it was really weird.
Not even since we read that story out on the news a couple of months back of that person who got their arse set on fire by a laser.
Yeah, but I don't release gas at this end.
Imagine having a fart though, and it wafted up, and there being a strong fan. Just imagine this situation, right? There's a strong fan near your ass while you're on the table getting your eyes lasered. You guff and it goes so fast up to your thing, and then the laser kicks off, and then all you have in your eye is a ball of fire.
Ball of fart fire.
Ball of fart fire in your eye socket.
Yeah. Well, Maddie, my girlfriend, has
eye socket fart fire. New band name.
We talk about laser eye surgery from time to time because Maddie's the kind of person that if I read some medication or whatever, and it says there's a 1 in 10,000 chance that this is going to happen.
Yep.
I think, well, there's a 99,999 chance that it's not going to. This is perfectly safe. Maddie's the kind of person that reads that and thinks,
so you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. Oh shit. So the thing is, with laser eye surgery, it's still kind of like, it's not. I don't think it's quite been perfected yet, has it? Like it's pretty good. The chance of success is pretty good, but Maddie has seen a couple of stories of people that have been blinded and stuff by it because Maddie's got quite bad eyes. So I mean, I'm the kind of person that thinks it's quite a good idea because I think
lasers.
Yeah, but
lasers for one. Yeah,
I think one the potential damage to your eyes and blinding put Maddie off, and if that doesn't put her off, the fact that they're gonna peel back the skin on her eyes and hold it open and all that sort of thing is probably
fucking awful to watch.
Probably going to put her off for good.
I don't think I'd ever get it done. But luckily I don't.
If I
need to have it done.
If I wait 10 years, the technology might move on enough that they don't have to do that, and they won't have to hold my eyes open with a metal thing.
Well, it's a weird thing, eyes, isn't it? Because it's one of those things that that people are really very sensitive about. So I mean,
but they come out very easily.
And
quite safely. You can pop one out, and pop one back in again.
Whoa!
I think
pop it out.
I think what it is because I don't know. I mean, don't quote me on the psychology behind this or whatever. I think it's because the eyes are sort of quite personal. Like when you make eye contact with someone, it's almost like if you have to get a child to place where they think like the soul is on a human, it's either going to be in the heart or in the eyes,
window.
Because often people donate their organs, but they don't want to donate their eyes, right? To sort of medical.
And they do eye transplants?
They've seen that film The Eye, haven't they?
No, but they use them for things.
like what?
Well,
Experiments.
Yeah, I believe so.
Donating your body to science sort of thing, as opposed to just...
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the film The Eye?
No, is it about an eye?
She gets a transplant eye put in and she can see dead people.
Oh, wow.
She sees the dead people of the eye or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Sounds convoluted.
No spoilers, but...
She sees other deceased eyes.
Yeah.
Just floating around.
Just loads of eyes.
A little dangly bit out the back.
Right now. But what was I going to say? About eyes. We're talking about eyes. You said...
People are very sensitive about their eyes.
People are sensitive about their eyes. Eye contact.
And then it was science.
Science. Oh, yes. I saw a thing. Scientists are trying to urge people to donate their brains to science.
I've got no
because
problem
there's not enough brains to work on. Because people are very cagey about giving away their brains.
All my information and my passwords are in there.
Yeah.
So I can get my passwords. The terrorists can get my passwords.
It's so scientists can access your Google account after you're dead and access all your online banking and steal your family's inheritance. They're actually a secret high-tech cabal of ultra criminals.
I better start.
That'd be a great.
I better start changing the password in my brain then, because I just
great...
recently got contacted by a distant relative from Africa, and I didn't want to tell you guys, but I'm going to be quitting the podcast soon because he's got £6 million inheritance that all I have to do is give him my bank details, and we're going to share split 50-50.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good.
That'd be a great sort of comic book storyline, like a number of like a serial killer that steals brains, or like all these brains have been going missing off of bodies and stuff, and it's just this like high tech sort of cabal of like super scientist hackers that are stealing all the information out trademark.
Well, they did that,
stealing all the stuff out of people's brains and then siphoning off funds to fund their super crime,
getting people's PIN numbers.
They kind of did a similar thing in Fringe, where they managed to sort of like send, if it was a sort of
I've never watched Fringe.
Definitely worth a watch. You'd enjoy it because of the kind of subject matter. Yeah,
the first episode was so good.
Yeah, if it's like a recently deceased person, they can kind of like send a pulse, electronic pulse through the deceased's brain, and they could sort of like translate what the last thing that they saw was and things like that. It was quite good pseudoscience.
Yeah, it was like X-Files, but like with a budget. Well, not that X-Files didn't have a budget, but this was like modern times budget.
Modern times as well. Oh my God, we're on the 40-odd minute mark without even starting with the problem.
We better get to the point where I'm going to suggest that you have a comb with a Hoover in it, with a vacuum.
We haven't even said the problem yet.
Oh, have we not said the problem?
No, we've not even said the problem.
No, I said about...
You really jumped the gun. You know, earlier when you were... Oh, wait, no, that was in a different recording. But it reminded me of...
It was in the future.
Yeah, it's in the future.
You know, next week, when I talk about what?
Well, they know we record it all on the same day.
We record it back to front, everyone. It's no real mystery.
Stop pulling back the curtain.
The curtain has well and truly been pulled back on this podcast. Any number of times. The murder mystery made sure of that.
Would you like me to say what the problem is?
Yeah, say what the problem
is. Yes, because I think it's a solution.
Say what the problem is.
So as I was saying earlier, I've had a fresh new look today. I've shaven. I've had my teeth done. Then we went off on a tangent about eyes.
We are distractible.
We really today. Like, good luck on Monday, guys, because the news at Sticks is like an hour long.
It really is. It's like the Spartacus of news at Sticks.
I've had a haircut, everyone. I've had a fucking haircut. Look,
finally,
if you haven't,
get to the point, Ross.
If you can't see on the live stream already, there's a lot more scalp on show than there normally was.
I believe I used the word five head.
They can't see because it's a reflection from the light.
But the problem is the hairs. When you have your haircut, doesn't matter what that rubber thing they put around your neck, the towel, doesn't matter. I'm still itchy on the back. I haven't had my shower yet,
and Dan's suggestion for that is
a Hoover with a comb on it.
Yeah, so when you get a comb, it's got a vacuum on it. So
I think that's perfect.
Solved. I think the black hole hand grenade could help with this. I think I should
remove the back of your neck.
No, I'm just saying I should stand in a room. if I stand in a room holding on to something very solid like a radiator or something, and then you drop the hand grenade, I'm clean. All the hair's gone.
The problem is though with the black hole is that you've got a singularity.
Yep.
And then you've got basically as it starts to sort of fold in on itself and whatnot, you've got an event horizon. So things will start to distort around the event horizon. So what you might end up with is
a bigger forehead.
It's like provided you create this black hole and then it collapses
Yeah.
So which means that
It's only a small black hole, isn't it?
Okay.
It's not like a full-size one.
So
it'd be infinitely more dense than a regular black hole.
So a black hole will kind of like they like dissipate over time, I believe.
Got like a half-life, haven't they? Or something like that.
I don't know if they got a half-life, but they do. I think the term is that they evaporate.
Yeah.
Weirdly, because eventually, like the end of like what we can sort of predict as time, or once all of the stars have
given into entropy
and whatnot, it will be that there will just be an entire universe of black holes.
Yeah.
And then they will eventually evaporate, and all the energy will. We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
But yeah, so yeah,
the cosmic cycle
might,
will
yeah,
renew
so
and
might have some like weird time distortion around your neck if they get it too close.
So you could walk out and that neck has turned 80 or even is become
Sorry,
baby smooth.
time dilation. I don't know why I said time distortion.
Time dilation, yes. So 3 minutes for your neck could be 5 years for you.
Quickly popping in for a 10-minute haircut as you go back and like your
Everyone
dog.
you
All my
know
loved
is
ones
dead.
are dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've Omega Manned it.
But on the plus side, at least you wouldn't be all scratchy.
I think the comb with the Hoover on it is best.
I think so. I think it's a good idea. Other ideas that I had were putting like, you know how you get like you've got a brand of cyclone vacuum cleaner.
Dyson's.
Yeah, but
One with a hole in the middle.
yes, but they've recently started branching out into things like hair dryers and
Hand
things, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like maybe they put like a Darth Vader like kind of like cool
When it blows up with
shoulder
Like when we get a perm.
shoulder device
Yeah.
over you, which sort of like goes around your
I want it's like sort of
around your
like
neck.
a slit that goes.
yeah, and it just sucks in. So any
neck
hair,
vac.
any hair that falls down there gets sucked the fuck up. Interestingly, my hairdresser has got one of those cool little like bin things on the floor where he does a little sweep up in between haircuts and pushes it over to the bin, and then as it goes underneath the bin, it goes "Whoop," and sucks the fucking hair up and compacts it all.
Goes, nom, 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 nom. Thank you for the hair. Blah, 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 blah. He's got a Muppet living in his bin.
Yes, that's what we need. Muppets. They sit on your shoulders, so you never see the man behind you.
I'm going to go mega retro with my solution. I'm going to bring back the tiny goats.
Whoa.
They're already cut. So for folks who haven't been...
This was like day one.
This was like our third or fourth solution. It was early. And we were coming up for a better way to shave it or something. I can't remember exactly. But someone came up with the idea, I think it was me, of miniaturizing goats and leaving them to graze on your face overnight. And you'd have to have a little like...
Fenced
fenced pasture around the area you wanted clipped. So I'm saying release the goats again.
Release the goats!
Release the goats on your back. They'd have to be mountain goats.
Do you not think the goats would be a bit itchy themselves?
Well, no, I think
they're trotting around on my back.
No, I think it'd be okay.
Could be a good point.
Could also not fall off.
I know, I just wanted to bring back something a bit retro.
No, I like that. Yeah.
Well,
I'd like to bring back the old-timey cat phone with taser claws that moves.
Well, not after it killed Bert Buttstrom.
Oh,
no,
it
it's
did,
now
didn't it?
been consigned to the room
dead.
of forbidden things.
I can imagine that if you had goats that were
Along with
penis harness. Oh no,
no, laser guard penis harness.
I can
is
imagine
still
if
in
you had
production.
goats that
Made of cheese.
were small enough, it would be like an insect where they would have an amount of surface tension on their little hoofs.
Yeah,
we could
So
genetically
that
modify them. If we genetically modify them to be
laser it
small.
off.
Oh, we can give the goats like tarantula legs.
Yeah, that's it. Or
Perfect.
little octopus suckers.
yeah.
Give you a little bit of acupressure as they go.
Yeah.
That'd be
Cupping,
nice.
as they call it in the trade.
That'd make quite a
that'd be
soothing
nice.
noise, I imagine. Like little kisses.
I am gonna. Do you know what? I said that quite quietly because I know some people swear by things like cupping, but just to let
I've
you know,
never had
just
it
to let you know, it's fucking crap.
What's it supposed to do? Promote circulation? or something like that?
Yeah.
Like
It
giving
is
you hickeys.
fucking shit.
Have you ever tried it?
No. Why
No.
would I try it? Why
Well,
would
I don't
try
know. I thought you might have tried it and you felt nothing.
No, it's just a load of fucking holistic mumbo jumbo crap.
Massage though is good.
Massage is very good.
I'm actually planning on getting myself a massage for my first paycheck because
Ooh.
no, with my first paycheck for my new job because I am very stressed with this new job. So
we should go and get a group massage.
Oh yeah.
do a
that.
I should have done
podcast.
that today because that would have been a full
And
cleanse.
all three of our masseuses
Yeah, we
must
can
be
get you an
giant
enema as
Swedish
well.
men named Hans.
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
that. I'd love that.
my
Let's go-
name's
we
Bill.
should
No,
go-
it's not. It's Hans.
We should go do that. Let's go get a podcast massage.
What are we going for? Like a sports massage? Or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A
Yeah,
proper
no, deep
painful
tissue,
fucking-
deep tissue.
A really
elbows
painful
in.
one.
I want them to beat the living crap out because it's the only way that works for
Yeah.
me. Is
Yeah, I
they
was
beat
saying,
the living fuck out. I once had this one where the girl got her sort of
Bony little elbows.
Is it elbow into the shoulder blade by any
No,
chance?
it was elbow
Fuck
into
that.
down there. Lower
Oh,
back.
mate.
And she was like, "I'm going to keep on going." And what's a 7? And choose what a 7 is for you. And then when you get to a 7, stop. I let it go up to 20 because it was so good. And she just went, ugh. And literally, she was a small girl as well. But by God! And she was just like, ah! And I was like, and then she let go, and the whole thing just went pong.
Wait a minute. What went pong?
The muscle.
Oh, right, okay.
But like,
Pong.
you know when you.
Pain for pleasure.
You know when pain for pleasure. You know when like something a knot just basically just goes unknots
Yeah.
itself, and your whole back just goes,
Yeah.
and you realise what it actually feels like to have.
It's like
a
one of those
regular-
novelty toys where you push down the bottom and the little man sort of slumps
Yeah,
over
yeah,
and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
let go and it goes
Yeah, it was like that.
yeah.
Anyway, so I think we've
So,
solved
so we're
it.
doing a group massage. That was the solution, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's the solution. Yeah.
I've got a hairy back. We're going to get group massages.
yeah.
Yes,
I like it.
good.
But on the next episode, what we'll do is we'll solve the problem of the two hairs you always get in your ear. I always have a shower after I have a haircut, and I always wash in my ears, and I'm really, really specific about it.
Tiny
And then
maid
2 days
with a
later,
teeny tiny
I'll think to
hoover.
myself, oh, something's just, I've got a little itch, a little tickle in my ear. It's a bloody hair.
It's going to go in your ear, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny cleaning lady with a
That-
teeny tiny Hoover.
That'll be a problem for another time.
The little Dyson.
We got to name the podcast.
Wasn't
I
it? Didn't we say something earlier on that it was? Oh fuck!
Hair today, gone tomorrow.
No, you said
I
something
would like
earlier
to
about.
name it Event Hairossen.
I
love
like
it.
that a lot.
I love it. Yeah.
I was trying to think of something about the amount of fucking tangents. The podcast where we got nothing done. Well, no, we were very
That's
efficient
every
towards the end.
podcast. Come on now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Event Hairossen is good.
Yeah, I
Event
like
Hairossen it is.
I think y'all.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm
You're
right.
hosting.
Another segue, mate.
So that is the name of it. Event Hairossen.
Oh.
I always enjoy them when they've got my name in them.
Yeah.
I've got a couple now. Ross's Fences and Goats Expenses or something.
Yeah, that's about right.
I've got a couple now. You want to get in touch with us? Everything you need is at stickitpod.com. You got a form you can fill in on there, which comes straight to our phones. This technology is amazing, and it's also got links to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Everything you could ever need. It's all at stickitpod.com. Send us your problems. It is the fuel for our fire that pushes this podcast
It
forward.
gives us our desire.
It gives us our desire. Is this podcast going to end with another James Hetfield impression?
Oh yeah!
Give me four, give me that.
Yeah! No.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you, baby!
Send us your problems. We need them. We want them. We
Om
crave
nom
them.
nom. Thank you for your problem.
Thank you for your problems. Nom, nom, nom.
And
we need
might,
to feed them to the Muppet that lives in our heads.
and we might when it's a little
His
bit.
name is Dan. What?
and we might actually solve them when it's someone else's problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't take Ross seriously enough to solve his problems.
Although it was a really good problem.
It was a really good one. Yeah.
And we got some really good solutions.
I'm going to wrap it up for this week, boys.
Yeah.
For this week, I've been Ross.
I've been Dan.
And I've been Dom. Om nom nom nom. Thank you for listening.